Good morning, children. In today's video, we are going to solve two important questions. One, how did Evans manage to escape? And second, how the governor turned out to be good, gullible governor. So let's begin. We are on page number 86. The fish and chips were delicious, and after a gentle stroll round the centre of Chipping Norton, Evans decided to return to the hotel and have an early night. So, as the governor had already found out that Evans was not at Newbury, now it is made clear to the readers that Evans had returned to Chipping Norton and he was staying in a hotel. A smart new hat concealed that wreckage of his closely cropped hair. So he had bought a new hat and that was hiding the loss that he had of the hair. You remember, children, that we have read about him that he liked to keep long hair. So he had to crop his hair short. Why? Because he had to move off prison in disguise of the parson. So he had to crop his hair short. And he kept it on as he walked up to the reception desk of the Golden Lion. Now you remember students that the name of the hotel came in the form of or in the way of correction slip. Via correction slip. It would take a good while for his hair to regain its former glories. But what the hell did that matter? He was out again, wasn't he? A bit of bad luck that when Jackson had pinched his scissors, for it had meant a long and tricky operation with his only razor blade the previous night. So, children, we remember that Jackson was asked by the governor to take the nail scissors and nail filer of Evans, and in that case, Evans, when had to cut his hair short, he used the blade of the razor, shaving razor, and had cut his hair short. But he had had his good luck too. Just think, if Jackson had made him take his bobble hat off, phew, that really had been a close call. Still, old Jackson wasn't such a bad fellow. So he tried to take advantage of Jackson's emotions, a good heart, and in that case, he kept his hat on his head. If Jackson had forcibly removed the hat from his head, then he would have found the plan of Evans. One of the worst things, funny really, had been Beard. He had always been allergic to sticking plaster, and even now his chin was irritatingly sore and red. So he was allergic to the to the fake beard, but still he had stuck it because he had to disguise himself in the form of parson and move out of the prison. The receptionist wasn't the same girl who had booked him in, but the change was definitely for the better. Means the changed receptionist was also an advantage to Evans. As he collected his key, he gave her his best smile, told her he wouldn't be bothering with breakfast, ordered the Daily Express, and asked for an early morning call at 6:45 a.m. Tomorrow was going to be another busy day. So he gave some instructions to the receptionist and took the keys and moved towards his room. He whistled softly to himself as he walked up the broad stairs. He had sort of liked the idea of being dressed up as a minister, dog collar, and everything. Yes, it had been a jolly good idea for McCleary to wear two black fronts, two collars, but that top collar, pew, it had kept on slipping off the back stud. And there had been that one panicky moment when McCleary had only just got his hand up to his neck in time to stop the collar springing apart from Stephens. So, if we remember, then Stephens was watching through the hole of the cell door. And when he watched once, then he saw that McCleary was holding with his forefinger the clerical front and the collar, dog collar. So Stephens was thinking about like why he was holding like that, and then one finger was there on the beard. Actually, that time he was not having the idea that when McCleary came inside, the assumed McCleary came inside, he was wearing everything too, and he had to remove one and give to Evans, and because of that reason Evans had asked for the blanket and he was fiddling in the blanket, he was changing the clothes in the blanket. They got that little problem worked all right, though a pen struck in the mouth whenever the evil eye had appeared at the peephole. Evil eye is of the Stephens. Easy, but all that fiddling about under the blanket with the black front and the stud at the back of the collar. Now, the stud has to be put at the back, children, to fix the dog collar round the collar. So, that had been far more difficult than they had ever bargained for. So, it became difficult for him to tie the knot at back of the stud. Everything else had gone beautifully, smoothly, though in the car he had found everything they had promised him: soap and water, clothes, the map, yes, map of course, the ordnance survey, the map of Oxfordshire. He had got some good friends, some very clever friends, Christ. So if he would have not got the ordnance survey map of Oxfordshire, he would have never known where to come to, which place to come to. And therefore now he was quite comfortable that he got the map of Oxfordshire and he reached here. He unlocked his bedroom door and closed it quietly behind him, and then stood frozen to the spot like a man who has just caught a glimpse of the Gorgon.